is too great for thee. In other words, Elijah, what you're fixing to see, nobody else has ever seen. Nobody else has ever had to face what you're fixing to face. Get up. And he did. He found his way to a cave. God went outside the door of the cave and began to show off that He's still God. He moved mountains and He moved everything out of the way. He shook the foundation of the earth. And all He was saying was, Elijah, I'm still God. And nothing moved Elijah. But then all of a sudden, the Bible says, in a still, small voice.
Yeah, that's Him.
I was sitting in my hot tub. And I said, God, this is your ministry. It's not mine. I've never heard God so plain. He said, my sheep know my voice. I sit there. Not since the day I was saved, not since the day He called me to preach, have I heard His voice this plain. And He said this. He said, I need you for such a time as this. I need you. And I buried my head in my lap and came. And I said, God, what's this? I said, I will not eat until you bring my baby home. I said, God, do with me what you will. But she is yours. We gave her to you when she was born. And I will not eat until you bring her home. Sunday, I walked into my church and I preached this message. It's hard to preach when the pew's got an empty spot in it. It's hard to reach the prodigal when you've got one of your own. After church, my older daughter said, I'm going to go see her, Daddy. I said, you mind the Lord? The Bible says, or the scientists said, that those eagles, when they got in this condition, now you listen to this, they would be in that valley, and the strangest thing that they have ever seen would take place. That other eagles would come, and they would begin to circle that eagle. And in their mouth, they would have a morsel of meat, and they would drop it in the valley. And that eagle's down there, and he's lost his vision. He's lost his tears. Hey, church, he's lost his burden for souls. He's just a wandering in the valley. Circumstances of life have overcome him. And those other eagles, they said there would not be one young eagle in the bunch. It would be only the older eagles. And they said this, the ones who had survived the molting process. They had been there. They had been there. And all of a sudden, from another world, they start screaming at him, hey! 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 Don't you die down there! Don't you die down there! Hey! Glory to God! Hey! Don't you die down there! Hey! Don't you give up now!
No.
Don't you quit now!
No.
Had 3 or 4 couples in my church who had survived the prodigal.
Oh, preacher Rick.
Had survived the prodigal. And they came to me. They said, preacher, we know you're God's man, but you're still a man. We want you to know we're praying for you.
Yeah.
My baby's home because I didn't quit.
Yeah.
They some of their prodigals, I came to where they were. Dropping handfuls on purpose. I looked in my door Sunday night, and I was like the songs. I knew she was coming home. You know what God told me? He said, it don't matter what happened. How many times did you leave? Yeah. And I was waiting. And I saw that car turn my face. Can I tell you that God still answers prayer? Can I tell you that God can go further than you ever can? Yes. You may be in this church this morning, and your marriage has separated. You know somebody in this community, somebody that's going to be in this meeting this week, whose marriage has collapsed. You may be in this church this morning and you're wondering, what is God want with me in the ministry? Why is my life a turmoil? Why has God got my whole life torn up? Have you ever thought, there's something I want from you? Come out of that nest. Step out on faith. Maybe you're in here today and God's pulled every feather you got out. You think you ain't got strength to get. Listen, there's preachers from across this country that's coming. And you know what they're doing? It's them older preachers. They've been there. And they coming through West Virginia this week. And you know what they're going to be doing Mephibosheth? They're going to be dropping handfuls on purpose. Hey, don't you quit. Hey, don't you give up. Hey, hey. Yes. And from across this land, America is praying for West Virginia. How much? Some reason I have got a transplanted church of West Virginians. I have people who used to live here, and they're in my church, Brother Kenny. And they sent you a message this morning. Preacher, would you tell them? One family says that I don't live in West Virginia no more. I got family who's strung out on meth. I got family who's on drugs. Another lady in my church said, tell them. She'll probably be here Friday night. She said, tell them I got a sister who's living under a bridge because of drugs. Preacher, would you tell West Virginia that my family's going to hell? Yeah. And I can't reach them. But God put a church in Charleston that can reach Beckley and Clay and Charleston. And God will send the gospel out of this place if somebody would get it with God and say, God, don't quit now. This preacher needs some men and women of God.
Yes, he does.
Who will grab a hold of the horns of the altar and say, God, give him back my burden. Yeah. Give him back my tears. Yeah. Yeah. God's going to breathe on this place this week. You listen to me. You know why? Because the saints of God are going home. You know what I'm praying for? Is that religion dies. Yeah. And a relationship is born into the people of God of West Virginia. Yeah. What is the difference? Religion, you come to God's house. Yeah. Relationship, God goes to your house. Yeah. Did you get that? Yeah. Somebody this week needs to pull away from the table and say, God, I'm not eating until you save my prodigal. Till you save my mother, my father, my brother, my sister. God, if you're still God, then hear me this week.